He's usually like a first pick Ember, and then he gets like Shadow Fiend, and he can't play the whole game. This time, I mean, he's a Storm Spirit, but he is playing to quite a bit of disables that are going to be tripping him up. The globals, the DK stuns, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be expected though, right? When you do, as you say, what they like to get White Album's hero early in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, they do it again, right? It's a first 2 pick. They almost always do this to the poor man. And then he ends up in some like,
but I
very
imagine
tough matchups.
in these sort of draft situations, it's got to be the mid asking for it, right?
I mean, I guess so, right?
He's like, sure, I want my hero. I want to play this game. Get it me early.
Yeah. I mean, he's got an IO, so that always is going to be the big benefit, that he's going to be able to get pumped up, healed, and perhaps save the disables that are going to come out. So, yeah, we'll see. And they do have fun things is that they do have, like, vision, which I feel like is always really important. So that Lycan versus Silencer, get on top of him, bring him down first at the Storm or at the Lycan. So let's see if they're able to execute it, and let's see if they're able to buy time for their, I mean, bit of a slower paced draft. But don't want to be too slow because they are also playing into Naga Siren, so it's a bit of a difficult one perhaps for them.
I mean, do you have a draft that you do prefer overall that feels a bit more reliable this game?
Just because the Rubik game doesn't look good at all, really in particular, I think I would favor Vici's, just because they can set tempo with this DK Death Prophet, make space for this Naga Siren, who eventually, I mean, should just win the game with what he's playing up against. But let's see if they're able to actually do that, because they've also been a bit all over the place.
Not quite able to get the first blood there. Ulu did get very low.
But look at the Tusk King. Look at him go.
Doing a fair bit of damage here to TK and Ulu as they step up to the lane.
Oh, and that's actually interesting. Ooh, I guess TK is the IO player. Because usually it is TK, of course, playing 4, Red Panda playing 5. So, bit of a switch up there from them. Yeah, let's see how they're going to be able to do. Because the Monkey King matchup, you tend to want to play this as carry when you're playing versus that melee in the safe lane. He's playing versus Death Prophet. So it might be a bit of a slow start also for this Monkey King. Nope. Owen, get on it.
Oh, let's get the translating out. I'm going to imagine that says lag. That would be my best guess.
I see the same symbol on the first and second of Red Panda versus New. So...
Would you, is it in the name or where?
No, like you see what I mean?
They typed.
Like what they typed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what they typed, yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah, it is actually. Good observation.
Yeah. I usually try to like recognize and remember some of these because Jack did try to teach me a couple symbols for a while. Yeah, KBBQ tried to teach me a couple things, and I was doing okay. He was like, "Oh, you actually have a pretty good read on some of them," but yeah, I mean, it's very difficult, obviously.
No, I can't get it.
Can't get it.
It translates as F, but I don't know if that's relevant in Chinese as it is in English. You know, when we press F if something goes wrong.
True, that is actually
maybe
funny.
because maybe it does work there as well.
Maybe.
It was translating as F.
Someone will let us know. Yeah, eyes on these lanes, as I was mentioning. You know, the Monkey King, this matchup might be a bit difficult for them to actually get the ball rolling. They could die up here a lot on the side of the Monkey King IO versus the FY Tuscan New. Death Prophet has absolutely been just dominating so many games, I feel like. It's crazy. Zai's been one that's been playing and has been super impressive for me. Like, rarely even dies, carries the game from the off lane. Really a big fan of, honestly, it's kind of shocking to say this, but I'm a big fan of watching this hero, even though Spirit Siphon's kind of meh. Just watching this hero, like, survive ganks is kind of exciting. And they do have a lot of ways to protect this Death Prophet, as we were alluding to earlier. The snowballs, the globals, even perhaps a song later on.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, and in the mid game, how easy is it going to be for Aries to find the burst to blow up a Death Prophet?
Exactly.
The heroes don't really do that.
No, definitely not. And yeah, it's a lot of space making that's going to come out from the side of Vici for Chen, or Fly, who is playing this Naga Siren, and it's into some pretty good matchups, this Naga.
Yeah, very hard for sort of Shang Tzu to be able to harass Chen in the lane.
Yeah, it's a completely free lane for the Naga Siren. I feel like most of these lanes, when you're playing versus Lycan, is just a free lane. It's like, yeah, Lycan's going to get his own stuff, but he's never really going to shut down the opposing core. It's very rare that you do see that.
No, maybe he's going to be annoying for some of the supports, getting the walls on them as such, but yeah, for the most part, the safe lane core is going to be pretty chill.
Yeah, it's mostly just the silencer, right? Like, he always wants to go hunting the silencer, or scouting the silencer, so that the Storm gets these free jumps and stuff like that. Let's see how let's see how mid matchup goes at the moment right now. It's pretty even between White Album and Setsu. Oh, nice deny. Very nicely done. As the static remnant drops. And FY perhaps looking for maybe some type of early rotation. This is, I mean, it was spotted, but this is something that I don't see people do enough, I feel like, when they're playing versus Storm Spirit. Zero can be very fragile, either when you have like a Tusk or a Tiny, some easy rotator. So I do like that at least like lingered for a second there.
Yeah, I mean, you see a White Album giving that big respect, just staying right up on the high ground, knows that even if just Setsu's able to walk up and Dragon Tail, it's going to be enough time for FY to close in from that position. So, yeah, leaving no opportunities for FY to be able to make a move there. So back to top he goes.
Yep, FY. This time he'll pull the wave. They'll get a better positioning so they can perhaps get aggressive. New, already level 4, so he's got the Spirit Siphon charges plus the Script Swarm. Ulu's done a good job, I think, of dodging quite a bit of them with his Mischief, so he is keeping himself up and healthy. And he is also going to be starting to drag some waves.
No, he's farming fine up here as the Monkey King.
Yeah, I thought he'd actually be slowed down a little bit more, but pretty good. Mid, seen the rotation, FY. TPs to take away the Water Rune, and they might actually be able to set up on wall
This should be a good chance for a kill. They need backup coming in. TPs have to come in. TK is going to be there. See if it's going to be enough to save him. It isn't. Vici Gaming, they get the job done. First blood for FY.
Really good. I mean, the Tusk King himself, he's had some slow starts in a lot of these games, but this time around, a really crisp and really smart rotation. I think he knew that this ward is here in the area, so he did expect that they would know the move was coming. So he just TPs. It's a very unexpected move. Really love that play. That's going to set up Setsu to be able to pressure White Album just by himself now. Look at the denies. 14 denies on Setsu. He's going to hit 6 really early, and that causes tons of problems for White Album. Kind of dream start right now for the side of Vici. All 3 cores looking real good.
Definitely going to be an opportunity to make another rotation towards the mid before White Album hits 6 if FY wants to.
Yep, absolutely.
As yeah, he's already making his way back over. You can see FY. They want to try and go again before the Storm hits 6.
Yeah, Setsu's a little bit low on mana, so might not have like the Breathe Fire and stuff like that, but he's starting to build up these stick charges. I mean, White Album just feeding him stick charges, and he's still getting the denies anyway.
Yeah, TK does start to hover around as well, though, so hard for FY to find the opportunity. And White Album, he'll actually just back away from the lane completely. Maybe see if he can just kind of get a stack going and get his level 6 from the jungle instead.
Yeah, Red Panda's already stacked it once. He's not even going to bother stacking it again just yet. And maybe he pulls it out and stacks on the timing, but trying to be as safe as possible. But that means Setsu, he's like, okay, Storm's not here. I'm going to pop DK for him probably any second now.
This won't quite be enough XP to give him the 6 straight up, so still has to be careful, White Album, especially if he wants to just kind of float around the mid to get that kind of last XP. Oh, this is risky.
What the? Oh, no.
Oh, that was a huge risk to take there. He has got TK coming in, but...
TK might just die also. Is FY in room? Is he close enough?
I think they're both in trouble. I mean, that was a big mistake there from White Album, stepping up like that for a rune. Very, very greedy.
FY's actually going to die himself.
All right, they get at least something in return. But, yeah, the Storm's game hurt even more there with that move.
Red Panda and TK might be able to stop this push, though, at the very least. So the catapult is going to drop, and Vici maybe gets a little bit too aggressive with FY diving in. They could have probably got majority of this tower if they didn't go for that snowball dive onto TK. But, geez, White Album, that was crazy.
Top lane, of course, Neo. More than happy to play aggressive on Ulu, especially with FY coming back in. They will be able to get the Jingo Mastery stacks up. So a good bit of lifesteal helping him stand his ground. Not quite enough, though, to help him turn the trade against Neo. See Red Panda coming with the TP. He has got the telekinesis. Fade bolts up in a second.
He might get both.
I think he will. FY, he's got Snowball in a second, but nothing to really get himself over to. So nice cleanup for the Rubik. Red Panda's happy with that one.
I mean, he's probably going to be richer than the cores now at this point. He's got Arcane Boots finished. He's pretty close to having the same net worth as his... I mean, not super close, but 500 away from having the same net worth as his Storm. Very aggressive plays, though. Vici, they're the ones dictating pace, as we said, with the DK Death Prophet. And they have a Naga Siren, so things are looking incredibly good for them.
This bottom lane continued to be as expected for Chen on the Naga Siren. Just free farm, no slowdown, top net worth. Back in the mid, White Album has now got the 6, so in a much safer position now to be able to hover around the wave. Much harder for Vici Gaming to be able to catch him.
Does he get the rune? He will.
He will, it's a good one. And he's thinking about looking to Yang.
It's a risky play to go for Yang.
Oh, White Album.
White Album?
I mean,
White Album?
I guess he believes in TK's ability to save him, but
what?
He's dead again. He's making a few mistakes around the mid lane this game, White Album, and it's hurting Aries bad.
What the heck? I mean, he's like, I have regen. I'm invulnerable.
I guess, yeah. I wanted to sort of tease around with them, but one Dragon Tail's done. It's enough for the damage to get laid down. And I'm sure TK's kind of looking at him and be like, bro, I can't save you from that.
Oh, man. I mean, I've seen this too many times from White Album recently. Like, playing his spirits, as we were saying, like, usually playing, like, Ember Spirit in the first 2 picks. This time it's a Storm. And he's just getting bullied. I mean, they know exactly who to go for. They have side lanes free farming. Naga is completely untouched in the bottom lane. Same thing for, I mean, honestly, the DP is looking pretty damn good, too. They have those free rotations to be able to shut down this Storm. They're setting up stacks for him, but it's like, I mean, if he's going to die like that, these stacks almost feel like not even worth it. Yeah, he's giving so much gold, so much XP.
Yeah, if he wants to come back here, they've got to try and get him some better vision around this mid as well. I think sort of the presence of a +1 each time is just catching him off guard. Just, you know, last 2 times, Yang's been hanging around as a silencer, throwing down these curses after the Dragon Tails. And it's not been fun for White Album. We'll, of course, be able to make maximum usage of the regen rune to quickly clear up some camps. We'll help him catch up a little bit here.
But not the start you want whatsoever when you're playing, I mean, you're playing versus Naga Siren. Sure. So the whole game state just feels really quite terrible, it seems like, for Aries.
Oh, trying to get aggressive onto Setsu, but these 2 heroes ain't doing anything against this DK right now.
No, they are, honestly, their whole draft is very lackluster in damage if they don't get off to a good start. Ulu, he's got Radiance queued up, so trying to go for this itemization versus Naga Siren, but that means the Monkey King, yeah, it's super greedy. It's going to take so long for him to get online. Their Lycan's already slowed down. The Storm is slowed down. Oh, and this game looks pretty hard for Aries already at this point.
Let's see what they can do. I mean, how about Shang-Chi? How's his game going? Any chance of the Lycan being able to make some plays to get the state of the game a bit better for Aries?
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not great either by any means. It's just the core matchups that he's playing versus is super difficult. Playing versus Dragon Knight, you really don't apply too much pressure to him as a Lycan. Playing versus Naga, very similar. Sure, he's good versus Silencer, but that's about it.
What's up? Hang near and FY looking to go. White Album.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, there's, I mean, Neo, GG.
What?
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 Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
What?
I thought he actually called it.
GG.
I legit thought he called it. I was like, oh, they're done. It's over.
All right, they're going to try and fight this.
I mean, they're jumping into a Death Prophet.
They are indeed. And there's not a lot of mana left on White Album, so he's got to run. TK, he's going to be able to tether across the creep wave. Does mean that White Album's sort of left on his own, but he has enough mana to break just far enough away.
Oh, the Tumble Stun. Beautiful.
Looking for the body blocks as well, but Red Panda gets the telekinesis off. And that will allow him to get under the tower. Curse does hit him, though.
He's okay.
Yeah, he should... Oh, is he? Yeah,
he should be fine.
He's fine, he's fine. They get out. Well, no GG was called, of course. That was... they meant G for go.
I actually thought they called
it. I was like,
I mean,
GG.
It does feel pretty rough, but...
I mean, that would be a little bit early.
And Neo, I mean, Exorcism, sure, doesn't get any heroes, but he walks mid, finishes off that tower. What translation do we got? What did he say?
I don't know, it's not working today.
It was probably just like some, my bad, we're not calling the game, like, you know.
No.
Yeah, this build for Ulu, it's going to take a very long time to get online. Yes, Radiance versus Naga Siren has been, you know, good for quite some time in a way, but this Naga is enormous. 6.6k net worth, 12 minutes in, Manta already on the horizon. It's definitely tough stuff coming out for the side of Aries to recover. They're just going to have to play around stacks. I mean, it's a full greed game for them, but I don't really feel like the greed goes into their favor almost ever in this game when you're playing versus this Naga DK chorus.
I mean, does the itemization of the Monkey King, like, will the Monkey King ever be feeling good fighting into it, or just not because he's going to get these items slower?
It's just going to be so slow. I feel like it's just not going to really do too much versus this Naga. And they're also going to have auras, right? Like, if Neo wants to, you can just go pipe then. You can just go this Greaves pipe. Sure, it's not the most valuable usually as a Death Prophet, but if you see Radiance, if you have a Naga Siren, then it just makes it that much better. So, I mean, he can, or they can just let a support do it if they want. I mean, Silencer and Tusk not really the best pipe buyers, but I mean, it's definitely an option. See if they're able to find anything here. They're going to start looking to pressure bottom. But FY's already down here. Not quite 6 yet on this Tusk.
Oh, they want to fight here, or they're just going to let this one go, do you think, Vici?
I think they're going to fight. They've got Exorcism in 5 seconds.
All right, see if they can set anything up. Aries, they will back off as soon as they see the fortification. They know that Vici have the potential to fight around here, so they won't overstay the welcome.
Yeah, they bounce. DK already has Blink Dagger. Setsu might look to get aggressive here. Now they've got the Blink DK stun with Global, so they've got clean ways to initiate most of these team fights too. And Aries, I mean, they just need so much time. They need a lot of time for Ulu to be able to join the fights. He's going to have Relic pretty much done, but still needs to wait some more time before having that Radiance finished.
See what they can get with the smoke, Vici Gaming. They want to get into the triangle of Aries. Get around behind this tier 1 tower.
I mean, they're pushing bottom at the same time too. They're diving.
They'll go for the quick kill onto Rubik.
That's a value kill too. It's a killing spree, and if you look, Red Panda's pretty rich. So it actually ends up giving quite a lot. Oh, and they find... No. Does it have the Relic on it? Oh, okay, it didn't have the Relic. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that would have been close. That would have been a big snipe if that was the case. But Ulu able to make it over to the enemy secret shop to pick that Relic up.
And Setsu looking to get aggressive, but there's a lot of heroes here.
They'll pop the global here to keep kind of Setsu covered, but
He's
still
in trouble.
Heavy amounts of damage coming in, and they'll be able to do it. White Album manages to take Setsu down, and with Ulu's presence, they can look to try and go for more. They go for Yang, go for a TP out, but it's far too much damage here from Aries to stand any chance of escape. So a good punch back there from Aries, getting a big kill, taking Setsu down. And important as well that that gold does go to White Album, gives him a bit of a boost.
Yeah, he needed that. I mean, Setsu gets way too over-aggressive, walking up a high ground blind into this, I mean, overcharge plus...
Oh, just like Red Panda did.
Oh.
He'll walk up blind into the high ground as well.
I thought they were actually relocating for a second because I saw TK pop it, but they're actually just relocating base to heal up White Album. All right, a little bit of crazy plays coming up from both sides, walking up high grounds. But in the meanwhile, I mean, we still see Fly. Chen, look at his net worth. He's almost 10,000 at 15 minutes. Holy crap.
I mean, he's barely seen a hero. He's just, you know, been able to go wherever he wants, and Aries, they've been nowhere near him.
I look at his last hits. It's not even just the net worth. He's at 200 last hits at 15 minutes, so he's well over that.
That's pretty insane, actually.
I mean, the dream is usually like that 10 to 12 last hits a minute or something like that. He's beyond that already. He's cutting waves.
Yeah, this is perfect farm, really.
It's amazing. He's going to have Orchid pretty much done, and this is a pretty devastating Orchid when you're playing versus the Storm Spirit, who's super far behind. He can get involved now on this Naga and look to shut them down. Aries, they do now have a timing at least on TK. He's got a mech, so playing around White Album, they do have some strong potential, but this Naga is absolutely massive. Setsu? They might be able to... I mean, White Album's got to be careful. He's got the mech behind him like we were talking about.
I mean, if there's Dragon Tail into DP Silence, is that long enough to kill him?
They're going to go for the Isle. They'll go for the easier one.
Okay. There we go.
I like that. Honestly, I don't know if they kill White Album. Because if they had Global, perhaps, but Global's down for 5 more seconds.
Chen?
Oh, no.
He's going to find Ulu with the net. TP coming in from FY. Oh, they got the song. They know he's up here somewhere.
He's like, okay, which trade? They're using the courier to scout.
Ah, that's smart there. Look at that. Tell you what, Fly coming in this game for Vici Gaming is what the standard. He's looking pretty good.
That was very cool.
Some big brain plays it. He's not missing a beat.
That was, I mean, honestly, I've never seen someone really do that. The song into cutting the tree and setting up for a Monkey King. It's pretty rare. Oh, the same single from earlier.
I guess it must just mean pause or something. Lag or
DC
some sort of common issue. Yeah, DC or something.
I don't think they have enough to deal with this Naga, Owen. This is
yeah. I don't think this Naga Siren's losing from this position unless something drastically changes in the way he's playing. Because so far the way he's playing is pretty flawless.
Yep, and he's got now just easy ways to get involved in these kills constantly to push them away too. I mean, once he gets hard. Looking at the damage potential for Aries, it's just not really there. Heart, plus he's got the heals that are going to come out from the Death Prophet, who already has a Greaves finished up. Definitely going to be quite difficult for Aries. Radiance is about to be done, though. So at the very least, they are getting at least some type of item timing for the Monkey King, but still very slowed down. And White Album, I mean, this is going to be a very difficult period of time where he still needs to farm a BKB. He has to kind of just get hugged by the IO, and he still can just die if they find him with this picked up Orchid from Chen. Oh, they find a Dream also. They find a Philosopher's Stone on the side of Vici. So already leading, now they can pass over a Philly to Yang. Then he can get some farm going even on this Silencer. So much time needed for Aries, and it just does not play into their favor.
No, yeah. The minutes passing are doing so much more for the Naga Siren than it is for the Monkey King right now.
How's New's levels? Not quite level 12. When he's got level 12 on Death Prophet, they can start looking for that Roshan on side of Vici.
Trying to set something up here onto Setsu. White Album's going to get brought across. They want to fight this. Going to go in for the DK, but the Global Silencer there. Setsu finally falls. But White Album's in a lot of trouble. Let's see if any sort of save can come in for TK. TK trying to provide the save to get him out of there. But White Album will fall. They've found two. Aries, can they get anything more? Shengxi chasing down Chen. They're going to get him. I mean, it's a triple kill for the Lycan, a huge cleanup, and they're not even done. They're able to jump in up beyond the tier 1. They get Neo as well. It's a team wipe. Wow. Aries, strike back.
That was amazing timing, really, from Shengxi. He just finished the Helm of Overlord. It does so much damage.
Yeah.
I mean, even versus the DK, who's supposed to be tanky, I did not anticipate how much damage it was going to be doing to him. Holy crap. They just evened things out.
They
found
Let's
this
check that out again. I mean, how did this go kind of badly so quickly?
I mean, look how much damage he's just taking from the summons. It's actually pretty absurd. Look, he nearly dies just to that. And then they bait, and it's a beautiful Wukongs that comes out from Ulu. Wow. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, it really is. Catches all three of them in the middle of it all. And yeah, by the time that sort of Chen's managed to step away, he's taken too much. I think what was it, stolen siphons as well from Red Panda, helping to bring down the Naga Siren.
And now Setsu's actually behind the Storm Spirit somehow in net worth. Alrighty.
I mean, Aries are back.
That was pretty absurd.
Oh, that's like Vici there. They want to punch back straight away. Immediately coming out with the smoke. They want to get the fights going back in their favor. They're making the move down towards the bottom.
Ulu?
See if they can find him.
Seems to be okay. He's toggling his radiance constantly, so he can hide. Will they be able to get out? They're still stalking him.
Yeah, hard to find him now.
It's a DK form. I'm still just astonished how much damage this Helm of the Overlord really did. That is so crazy. That's the reason we do see this item, of course, being picked up so often when you're playing these Beastmasters. Oh, I see the Beastmasters and Lycans, but holy moly.
He's going to pop the ult here. He wants to try and chase.
Look at the damage.
Got his eyes on FY, but a good shards blocks off the steps completely. So will be hard to get him with a shapeshift. See to the side though. Ulu catching Neo in the Wukong's command. He's able to get him.
And FY also in trouble.
Find him in the trees.
Oh wow.
Aries.
They're making it happen.
They really are here.
This is very impressive.
A slow start and a few sort of mistakes, but absolutely been recovered from here now as a 1k lead stands for Aries. And they're getting involved in the action. And as it seems, as we saw in the last fight, even though there's a lot of farm in this Naga Siren, still kind of needs that next item, that Aster.Aries to be able to survive through this incredible amount of damage that Aries have found.
I'm still just astonished how they're able to do this with when they're at this type of deficit from the constant jumps and everything, just having the heals with the IO behind them. Wow. Now they're going to be getting close to BKB timings. BKB's done on Storm, BKB soon done on Ulu, and almost even on the Lycan. So they might actually have good ways to pierce through and focus fire this Naga Siren. Naga's still huge, but this is quite a comeback really coming out.
Tier 2's gone. I'll push the Granite Golem. We'll do it.
Damn. Impressive stuff.
Getting that BKB next, Shengxi, so he can get really stuck in the front of the fights. I think the BKB was done for Storm. And as for Ulu, he's also making good timing on his. Yeah, a couple of 100 gold, and he'll have his BKB complete.
Then they can maybe just focus fire the Naga Siren through song, through everything. They just commit all 5 heroes to go for him. Yeah, really impressed. DP soon level 12, so that level 2 exorcism is going to be online very soon, but Niu starting to look a little fragile himself too.
There's a regen rune down bottom. We'll see if...
Oh, that's a big one.
I think, yeah, White Album's going to be able to get this for himself.
Very nice one. A little bit of an overzip. But he's got the IO behind. TK going back for Soul Ring so he can keep pumping up White Album. And there's that heart finished up now for the Naga.
Should be a little harder to blow up in the fights, but probably not impossible. Considering how Aries have been able to deal with him before. We'll see how much this heart makes a difference.
And we'll see how much the split push continues to happen, because we did see Lycan. Shang-Chi did go for the shard very early, and you're already seeing the wolves down bottom starting to apply pressure onto even these towers and Raxes. Whoa.
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 Apologies for blinding the viewers there. That definitely woke you up if you're enjoying some late night or very early morning Chinese Dota hit.
There's a pretty big timing here for Aries too. They've got the double BKBs now. Who are they going to find though? Who's going to get the initiation? Level 2 EXO is online for Death Prophet. They've got double Blink Dagger also on the side of Vici.
Oh.
Ulu.
Oh. Oh, he gets stunned by the Nutri. Has to jump to the side and pop the BKB. FY still tries to get him with the punch up. They'll commit with the global silence, but FY, he's in trouble. They turn with the boundless strike. He'll be the first to fall. See the Naga Siren still stepping in aggressively. Chen, he wants to go for this kill. It's pretty deep. They will get away with it as they make the jump on a Red Panda. But White Album's still good to go. Zips him with the BKB. Shang-Chi takes down another. They've got to start bailing out. Chen, I'll put the ult here in an attempt to get away.
He's got a TP.
And he will have long enough on the song to keep him covered for that escape. So gets out. But all in all, they just get the kill on the Rubik. They lose two themselves.
I think Aries can Rosh now immediately. The Exorcism was used. Pretty much everything was used from the side of Vici. Oh boy.
Straight into the pit. And we see with the odds provided to us by our partner, esportsbet.io. Feeling that this one's close. But,
definitely is feeling
Aries,
like it.
they're starting to swing it around a bit.
I mean, this Lycan's just doing so much work.
And they're going to go in. Just get caught by the silence, but they get the jump onto Niu. They're able to burst through the Death Prophet. Boundless strike from the side. Ulu is in on top of Zetsu. The Dragon Knight falls.
Chen's in trouble, maybe.
With no stroke of the Siren, there's got to be some sort of backup to come in for this Naga Siren if they want to try and get her out of here. But there's nothing to get there in time.
Oh, this game is completely turned.
They're crumbling, Vici. They had such a strong start. All the free farm in the world for the Naga Siren, but Aries in the last few fights out-executing them. And yeah, this Roshan should easily be theirs. Niu in that last situation, even using the buyback as well to no avail, isn't able to do anything with it. They're now down 6k. And yeah, Aries, the momentum is absolutely there for them now.
Honestly, this Lycan is carrying so hard. 7-0-7. I'm so impressed with how he's been able to play and just shut down these quote-unquote tanky heroes. He's not making them look tanky at all. He pops the Howl and they just rip them to shreds. Damn. This is cool stuff. Yeah, completely recovered the game. Now they have lots of different counters for this Naga Siren, and even though she was so far ahead, feels like that was quite some time ago. This is absurd. This is crazy. I mean, this is the Aries that we were hoping to see for so many times. Even though the early game looked rough, yeah, they knew the fights to take, and they're just jumping in now.
BKB quickly to remove the silence. Same for Setsu, has to BKB to walk this one off. They're trying to close an FY, stuck on a cliff. Tries to roll away, but ends up on the high ground. Yang just dying to the summons. As, yeah, it feels like Vici, they don't really have a recovery plan.
No, it's starting to feel like their two other cores are so far behind. Naga Siren is actually answered from this Radiance and from the way that they're committing, and Setsu might also just go down.
He tries to step up to clear the wave. They're in on top of him.
He gone.
I mean, they are crumbling. Crumbling completely.
Feels like now they have no hope to fight into this lineup of Aries. Level 18 Monkey King.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Man, impressive stuff, really. And Vici, yeah, just getting over aggressive, crumbling under this pressure here. Still a ways away from having the BKB on this Death Prophet, as you mentioned, Niu. Having to buy back earlier, getting nothing out of it. He's so fragile at this point.
They're really falling behind now at this point.
And they're even scouting. Look at this, the Wolf. They might even find Chen. Fly.
That was good. Yeah, good effort. Close there from Ulu. Nearly able to get him with a Boundless.
like now, for the side of Vici, they need some time to be able to get farm. They need to get the BKB in particular and the Death Prophet so she's a bit safer. But now it feels like she might need BKB and a plate mail in order to tank up versus all this massive damage that's coming out. And the Howl that just reduces you down so much armor. This is some good stuff to say.
It's definitely getting to a point where the comeback plan, it's going to be kind of these deep base kicks from FY if he can get that Ags online before the high ground push comes in.
But it's a ways away.
Because everything else is just falling apart. They need to go for sort of those kind of cheesier moves.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they'll just have to let these tier 2s go down.
Scared to walk up. White Album just feels like he's kind of immortal in the fights too with this IO. They need to get better jumps if they want to try to take any of these team fights to kill this IO before all that healing is coming out. But the push is already coming in. Aries.
They've got to do something here, Vici.
They even have the shard is actually coming in from the top wave also. So you see the tower getting crippled from the wolf. Still no DP, yeah, still no BKB. He's getting close.
Yeah, really wants to stick around for another wave bottom to get that, but already top. The dive's coming in.
That's a bit of a deep one there from White Album.
Should be able to take down, or maybe even not. It's not going to be enough. Dragon's still alive here, helping with the push.
It's a glyph, but there's still 90 seconds on this Aegis. But Aries, I think they got what they came for, and I believe that's Ulu having an Aghanims now on the Monkey King.
It's on its way over, the completed.
So he can just stand his ground, as he has been a couple times in these fights. And White Album, I mean, what a recovery really from the Storm.
I mean, you could the fact that this game's gone as it is, you see why they do pick the Storm early then. If this is the sort of recovery they can make after it has such a bad time in lane, that's why they like the opening. IO Storm, they don't care what you do in the early game. They will make a recovery. They come back, and the Storm is indeed too much to deal with. And TK's able to save him, bail him out every time at this point.
FY?
He's going to try and make the go here. They want to try and blow up the IO, but Ulu's in the balance and the Wukongs. TK finally goes down. It took quite a bit there from Vici to just get the IO. They want more from this.
New?
He just steps back in range at the Monkey King, and he'll pay with his life for that.
Did not get the BKB off before any of those disables, just gets brought down and ends up using the BKB right at the end of all of it, and he dies.
Yeah, getting the IO but losing the DP like this, it's definitely not good news. And but the balance again, it's a two-man balance that sets up for White Album to get another. Yang trying to escape. They used the song here in an attempt to bail out. And they will manage to. FY and Chen able to TP out of this.
Hey, they commit so much to kill the Monkey King, but he still had Aegis. So they just kind of give up a bunch of lives going for this super aggressive play.
That should help.
And Red Panda, I mean, he is very farmed on this Rubik this game also. Lotus Orb already finished on top of his lens, being able to protect his cores.
Both Setsu and Neo, they're just falling completely out of the game. They're just stuck on like this 10k net worth for 30 minutes in. That's not where you want your mid and off laner to be.
Just some devastating fights that were really taken in Aries. Everything was kind of used on Vici now. They're like, okay, we can push top. AC fully finished on the Lycan. He is so farmed. I am just really, he really has been the star for me.
Yeah, he's crushed it. He's what, 7-0-12, perfect game from Shang-Chi.
Like it's a great recovery coming out from White Album, but it's all really been because of this timing from the Lycan, getting that Helm of Overlord in that mid fight, which it completely turned everything. It was like, what, a 5-6k gold lead with the Naga Siren, and now it's, this Naga only has a slight advantage in net worth, and yeah, as you said, the other two cores just completely shut down.
Go for FY. He'll get the snowball off, and we'll manage to blink away with that. White Album still wants to go. He's going to jump in for FY. Pots the BKB. He really wants to kill this Tusk, and he'll manage to do so. That's FY gone. Another kill for Aries.
And White Album knows he can push the limits a bit here because he has that IO constantly, so gets healed right back up. And TK is also, I mean, these supports are huge. Greaves already finished up on top of that Soul Ring, keeping him full mana. Well, pretty full mana.
Yeah, he's going to go for that Eon Disc next, TK.
I like it. I think he knows that the game state's excellent for them, and he's barely even dying in these fights, even if they commit everything onto him. Honestly, he might just be able to go for other tanky items and just survive the initial go. Might not even need an Aeon Disc, but...
Let's see. I mean, obviously, for Vici Gaming, the fact that Chen's still got a lot of farm on this Naga, he will be able to prolong the game. But I guess the question is now, with how many items Aries, all three of their cores have, is there going to really be a point that this game gets to now that Vici's going to be feeling any better?
It's going to take, I mean, maybe some like DK with Aghanims and Manta or something like that so they can start kiting stuff out. But right now, yeah, Naga versus these three cores is definitely going to suffer.
Yeah, with this amount of farm on the Monkey King, Lycan, and Storm.
And it's not like he's got heart, but yeah, 22 armor, it goes down very quickly when you get howled. So it's minus 12 when you're near that AC as well. So he's only 10 armor on a Naga Siren. So we'll get shredded from all the physical damage.
Dire are scanning.
Aries, they're ready to go again. They have vision.
They'll get Yang. It's time to run, I think, for Vici Gaming.
Monster kill on White Album.
He's going to see if he can try and go for more. Ulu has the balance strike. Yang will buy back. And he has to put the BKB off to the side. See the Naga Siren Chen trying to deal with the Lycan. The illusion's in on top of him.
He's got
BKB down as well, but indeed with the BKB and the heals coming in from TK. Shang-Chi's going to be perfectly fine.
White Album pops his BKB a little weird as well.
Chen, he's trying to reel in the IO. And it works out.
Okay.
They drag him in with that Aghanims, and they'll get the kill.
Decent wraparound this time. They found the Lycan, forced a defensive BKB, and then White Album literally just popped. I think he misclicked, honestly. He like popped BKB when nothing's happening to him. Vici finding at least some fight opportunity.
And it's around this time that Roshan will be back up. So
that is actually...
Back in about 10 seconds. So a little bit of a window where Aries won't have the full 5-man.
And Aries, they have BKB on Ulu, but no BKB on the Storm and on the Lycan. They could perhaps sneak this on the side of Vici if they are... I mean, they kind of have to, I feel like.
They backed out just before it came up, I think.
No way.
So they didn't quite see it. We'll see if they check it again. I don't think they're going to. Yeah, one of those instances where they step out and it's back up. So if they check again, they will. I would say, in fact, the Wolf will help them check it. As in, they follow it into the pit.
I feel like they have to actually just go for this. Otherwise, you're going to be likely just giving it to Aries. Yeah, I think you need to.
You know how sort of rough the state of the game is. You have to try and see if you get lucky with this one. See if they let you take it.
Aries, 10 seconds on the BKB, or 15 seconds on both BKBs.
Okay. They're not doing this Roche quick enough.
No, they're not.
They popped the Ghost for it as well, but no longer feeling that they have the strength to stick around.
DK Ags is done, not quite level 18. They are just, it's crazy how they're looking fragile. Even though they've got a heart, even though it's a DK, when they're playing into this insanely farmed Lycan at this point. It's gonna rip them to shreds. See if they get a wrap around here. No EXO. Fight doesn't look that easy for Vici by any means. It looks quite difficult. Full Scotty now for the Monkey King. Versus DK versus Death Prophet. An excellent pickup. Big pickup also. We see Red Panda. He's hanging on to the stun. So he has the Blink Dragon Tail from crazy, I mean, pretty good distance, of course. And they're the ones who are now going to walk into that pit. And no Exorcism still for 60 seconds. Vici cannot really contest this.
Looks like they won't even try. They'll indeed allow Aries to pick this one up and just simply try and focus on getting those next items on the map, Vici.
There's no DK form, yeah, no EXO. So, yeah, Vici, no chance to be able to fight versus this. Who gets what? Aegis and who got the shard? Did they give it to the Rubik? Sorry, yeah.
See if Aries are able to push the high ground with the Sages. I've got that top racks exposed. Tier 3's already gone.
They're going to bring it down very fast. Vici, they have to be set up for this push almost immediately. And mid's also being shoved in.
TPing back now.
It's already getting hit.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a move soon. I think they might just have to let it go. I don't know if they can fight this Aegis. As the melee racks is gone, range racks as well. They won't be able to defend this.
Level 18 on Setsu, but they have to just watch. Ulu walks in very aggressively.
We're going to see what they can do with the Dragon Tail, but against the heels of TK, nowhere near enough damage to threaten the Monkey King's first life.
Starting to get some good poke on him.
The shards. Dragon Tail with the Greaves are there. He's getting healed up. FY tries to jump in onto the Rubik on the backlines. The BKBs are coming out. As now Shang-Chi commits it over towards Setsu. Setsu plus the BKB gets Glimmer to the side. He'll be able to separate from them. But Niu going to be the new focus, Chen. Using the song. It's time for Niu to reset.
They have BKB on Storm and Monkey King.
I'll get this. Try and time the silence out there, but not quite going to do what he wants it to there. They're moving on to the Rubik. Ulu stands his ground with the BKB and the Wukongs. Niu able to get out of the range of the Monkey King ultimate just in time.
BKB starting to wear off.
We'll see TK. He's looking to take him out of this, but FY looks to roll in on the backlines. He gets the punch up. Now to interrupt it with the IO. They turn on to Setsu though. Now, well, it seems like Aries don't mind being forced to stick around. As they've taken out both the DK and the Death Prophet. No buyback available on Niu. And they'll just get back on with the push. And in fact, they'll call it. They feel that there's no way back into this one. As GG is called, Aries will take this game 1. And fantastic stuff for them after a very tough opening to the game. And as I said, we'll see this series.